Alright, time for a Mundo game. I will be playing this one against a Rek'Sai here, which should be absolutely no problem for me, really. Rek'Sai's W knockup doesn't do anything against me, which is quite nice, because of my passive, of course. And... and I just get to fight her pretty free, so I'm chilling there. We're starting bot side. We're gonna see if I can impact top probably fairly early on here. Don't need a leash on Mundo. If my bot lane wants to give me one, I guess that's fine. But for me, it's just fine. Mundo's cleavers do current HP damage, so up front, it's like getting a leash because it does so a ridiculous amount of damage. I try to land it first. As you see, 308. It goes down because it's current HP, but still, like, initially that's a lot, as you see there. Now 256. But this is also one of the reasons you never want to try to smite the camp late, like early, sorry. Always smite it late, because you need to use your cleavers for it to get low, for it to make sense. You know, because otherwise you're trying to use cleavers on low HP camp. It's just gonna do less damage. Not great. Clear-wise, Mundo is very, very quick. It takes a little bit of getting used to, because there are like small things like putting the small one through the camp, because it bounces the small one back, not the big one, or like executing things with it, right? Right there, for example, not missing your cleaver is also a big one, because I hit it on one of the small ones in that situation, I believe. Very aggressive fights going on. I'm very surprised that, like, Kassadin actually died that early. Usually Kassadin players are extremely passive, so very hard to kill. I'm very surprised that Kali just, like, managed to get that kill. Not gonna lie. Throw the cleaver in there. Okay. Let's kill on both supports on bottom. Both ADCs died. That's also interesting. Okay. That's the most unfortunate one, because I was clearing towards top lane to try to have some impact early, but then he just kind of died. I see. Because now he's gonna back at my gank pattern. Like, it's just not gonna work now. Which like, the rest of the lane, sure, but this one is the most unfortunate one, because I was preparing to go here. So that kind of sucks. Elo of this game is like Diamond 4 MMR, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, to be fair. But yeah. Max Q first. It's gonna go check top scuttle, I suppose. I don't really have anything else here. Like, the volley can TP back, that's for sure. But I wanted to gank. Not happening now, though. There is a Rek'Sai here. I cannot try to fight this guy because I have double negative prio in both solo lanes. So I just need to respect it, unfortunately. Just gonna smite here. This guy may have used his flash. I see. I mean, there's not much I can do here. Like, I can't fight the Rek'Sai, even though I would not fight very, very easily. Because, you know, he would, like, she would just have backup from her laners. Like, both Kassadin and Volibear had prior on the first rotation there. So there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Rek'Sai is there. If I would have been able to fight Rek'Sai, I absolutely would have. Like, if I would have made sense, but, you know, I couldn't. I kind of want to go check. There it is. This I'm gonna have to ghost here. Goodbye. Get the gray health back and walk with this play. 2. Huge. Well played. Absolutely massive. Not touch this wave. They can freeze it here forever if they want. My camps are respawning, so we're going to be quick. Very, very good play. Braum made a good opening. Tanked a lot of damage. Didn't even use his exhaust, actually. That's kind of bad play, actually. He should have definitely used his exhaust at some point there. Because that would have been a huge damage reduction on him there. I mean, it worked, don't get me wrong, but it is pretty greedy to hold onto your flash in a situation like that. Okay. For me right now, I'm just making sure that I don't lose too much jungle tempo here. I also actually have to probably just reset now. The reason I'm resetting here is because 30 seconds void grubs, and I actually want to spend the money so I'm not weak going into those void grubs. Okay, that should be fine. And we're going Heartsteel first item these days on Mundo here. I am thinking Garen hits 6 off that wave. I run top for the gank and then Void Grubs, perhaps. If he wastes his time here, that's actually kind of good for me. I'll do this this camp real quick here. I'm just gonna go Void Grubs here. It's my only move, really, to Void Grubs here. It's fine. Just trade. It's not a big deal to trade here. It's more than fine. He gets that, but that's not a problem. I will get this and his topside camps, most likely. So that's a pretty overall decent trade for me. He'll never make it here in time. No, bot lane, please don't take the fight. No, 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 no. But that's not good, man. Taking the fight in that situation when your jungler is just straight up top lane is not the decision you need to make. Because that's just gonna cost you. You're always gonna be a man down. Rek'Sai is gonna have the advantage. It's not gonna be good for you. I need to just take Rek'Sai's topside camps here. She most likely goes to take my blue, but I would actually be kind of fine. Because this is a 2-for-1 camp trade. Blue doesn't really mean anything to me as Mundo. Luckily, my bot lane didn't die, but they could still get dove now because of their decision that they made. Walking up here leads to potentially getting dove. Just gonna, underneath the scuttle, run it up, and then we can go for the guy on top lane. Okay, we move. It's not gonna work, is it? Dude, this guy is running super far away from me. I'm gonna have to ult for movement speed here. That's the cleaver hit for the approach velocity. Do you have... I was about to say, do you not have Garen ult, really? It's a big bot lane dive as well. It's not good, man. This sucks. This bot lane dive would not have happened, by the way, if the bot lane didn't try to fight the dragon. Like, fighting the dragon is not the choice, and that kind of resulted in them, like, kind of losing a lot. Unfortunately. Like, this is the stuff you don't really want to see. I could have maybe gone bots to try to prevent that dive from happening, but... yeah, on the other hand, it's also, I don't know. I guess I'll take the Rek'Sai's blue here. She took my blue and my Gromp for sure. That's okay, though. I could just do this and go back top lane as well. Just do the blue here. I do have to back soon, though. Oh, very good kill. Not bad at all. I don't think he has any wards right now, so I could just run straight up there. He doesn't have ult either, so this feels pretty damn free. Okay, I made a slight mishap there, but it should be okay. Unless Mr. Garen does that. Man. Okay, well... yeah, the mistake he basically made there... I mean, I obviously missed my cleaver at the start, right? That's a mistake on my end. The mistake Garen made was giving him the proc. Which is not particularly good. Like, giving him the proc in that situation is definitely the last thing you want to be doing. Because he gives the proc for the heal is essentially what I am saying. That's the mistake here. Oh, no, okay. I'm on my way. This should be a pretty free move on Rek'Sai. I have ult here as well, so it's like not bad at all. That's dead Rek'Sai 100%. Huge. Absolutely beautiful. I think I just ganked bot. I know Void Grubs are spawning, but like this bot lane position is awful for them. If that lands, if he lands on Caitlyn, it's over. Okay, didn't land on Caitlyn, it might not be over then. Kill him, please. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be an issue. If she runs voids, it might be doable. I get this real quick, and then I know I smited that, but it's gonna be a fight to the death, essentially. Go. This is a fight we win. That's actually very unfortunate. That is really sad because... dude, I messed up that play so bad. That's pretty much on me, guaranteed. Like, I trolled completely. Akali wins, like, it's kind of okay, but I misplayed that like an absolute, you know, animal. Like, I don't know how else to put it. That was terrible. I gave that Kassadin way too much free damage on me for literally no reason. Just bad behavior, basically, on my end. If Akali gets that one, that's good. That is a 4 marker, and I'll just go for the dragon. I needed to play that fight better, and I didn't. My Akali played it pretty well, but I completely trolled. Like, that Kassadin should have lost half his health before the fight even started. With the way he played, and I just misclicked like 5 times. Which is absolutely bad behavior, you know, I can't do that. Do this camp for the quick level up, and then I'll move bot here. That's just a dead bot lane, enemy bot lane, there's no way. Okay, let's go dragon here. We got 4 void grubs at least. If I played the fight better, they would have absolutely been murked, but yeah. Oh, what can I say? Sometimes you mess up. Akali is very strong though. Very, very strong even. Okay, let's go his or her bot side. Check the camps. It's down here. Okay. Let me hit the plant real quick. That is up. That is not up. Rek'Sai is top lane. Trying to tank as much damage as I can, but like... Yeah, Taric ult's a bit brutal there. Oof, my bad. That last move in there was just very, very suicidal. It was not very smart. The Taric ult was brutal. Like, on the dive, it's very hard to dive at Taric, obviously. It was just a bit too much. I shouldn't have gone back in for the Caitlyn. That was a stupidity. I thought I could be okay there, but she just kind of kills me, really. Collector as well. Like, it was not good enough anymore at that point. Kind of silly. Okay, okay. Too aggressive of a dive, admittedly. My bot lane could have chilled more as well. They were very, very committed to that dive themselves. We see this red spawning, which is something I kind of want to look for. Akali might have that, but I'll never make it to this play. TP used as well. I mean, that play is just out of my control. Like, there's no way I can make that in time. If he does a Rift Herald here, that's okay. I actually just want to, like, kind of trade that for the bot side camps, probably. Just gonna go here. Nope, we're gonna have to go bot then. Ash should be fine, right? Surely Ash is fine here. I cut off this guy if I can. Good kill. I'm gonna go for the red first here. I actually want to get my smite upgrade and level 11 very, very badly. That's something I will be looking for. Good red buff take. Akali has the pressure on mid here as well. There is a chance that like Garen gets dove or something like that. Definitely possible. That's the smite upgrade I was looking for. That looked warded to me. It's okay. I got my Titanic relatively soon. I'm assuming my topside camps are just gone. I'm in a quite reasonable position, to be honest. I scale like an absolute gold. Like Mundo mid to late game is insane. Mundo early game is also pretty good with the setup I'm running, to be fair. Like it's definitely doing good damage, as you can see. But like mid to late game, man, it's gonna just be ridiculous. So I'm not too worried about things. It's kind of chilling. Not too bad. Gonna take a mid wave here. Good. Hit level 11 there. Perfect. Bit of a wave cleanup. Camp's still here. Fine. Okay, got my Titanic Hydra soon. If we can play for the Drake, that'd be nice. I'm gonna finish this camp, reset, and go bot side dragon. I think bot lane might be in trouble in a second here. Kind of danger ping in that position. If Ashe ults that, he's dead. Yeah, okay, there he goes. Pick this up and then get a health crystal. That's a huge kill on Kassadin. That basically guarantees us Drake, I think. Okay. Just gotta move for this. He doesn't have TP, so he actually has to kind of run down to Dragon because the volley does have TP. Now, Kassadin is dead, to be fair, so it's not like a 4v5, but a 4v4. Like when he has the man advantage, the Dragon's free. We shouldn't waste that, really. Just needs to be Dragon priority. My team goes for the fight. I'm not a big fan of this fight because Dragon is just more important. Like, there's no reason to take the fight. Now, it is a 4v4, but I am doing Dragon. Like, I'm just doing the good jungler thing and just taking the objective. There we go. This is a crime. Meh. My bot lane is just nothing there, essentially. That's a tiny bit unfortunate now, isn't it? I mean, I still killed the guy. It's okay. I killed one. I could have probably chased that further, but like Braum was all the way behind us. Which, you know, with flash exhaust ult up, that's not great. If it was like 1 HP, then I'd respect it. But like in that situation, it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Kind of have to just run mid here. Didn't hit that one, I see. I want to get rid of his shield thing real quick there. I also don't really want to overextend here because Ashe is relatively low. My topside camps are all up. I kind of want to just take those. He should get second opinion. What you think? We concur. We agree then. I'm just gonna take my topside camps here. I need to wait actually. Okay, I'm gonna be the good teammate here. Just gonna do this camp real quick. The reason I'm doing this, by the way, is because now the red upgrades to the red buff for the team after 20 minutes. After the 20-minute mark, so I actually need to wait for it so my team gets red buff entirely instead of just one person there. Get the red buff to my team and we move. The assist on that. I don't have smite for that. That's gonna be the worst Baron on the planet. Just get the turret, basically. Get the turret into the red buff. I'm just gonna use my E for an auto attack reset and the Titanic Hydra for an auto attack reset on that. And then I'm just gonna go red here. take another red buff so the enemy team doesn't get it. It's all pretty good. If I had Smite there, I could have done Baron, but I used it on the red buff to get to the fight faster, which obviously was a decision I just made there. Guess, you know, doesn't have to be the right decision, but it is a decision regardless. Guess I'll take my bot side camps here. Alright, we're looking pretty good to be fair. Like, we're getting into the scaling stages here. So everything should be kind of fine. Good. Would they, Baron? It's gonna be a Terra build for sure. This is fine. Not using Mundo Ultimate too early is important here as well, by the way. I'm using it as late as I possibly can. In that case, I didn't need it, but like Mundo Ult needs to be used when you're missing HP, a lot of HP. That's the way it's going to be better, more effective. So I hold it there. I wasn't really the primary target focus either, so I was kind of chilling. Kali Legendary, not bad at all. Get the smite on this. I'll take the reset to get the Warmorks now. I get some cash back. Gonna go for Bloodlords next. I'm basically just stacking health. Like, I'm not really getting any resistance. It's just pure health. Because with how good these items are, it's just like insane for Mundo. It gives you a lot of damage, and it still makes you very hard to kill because I have nearly 5,000 health. Even if my resistances are a bit lower, I'll have regeneration, I'll have everything. It should be completely fine. But yeah, I'm just gonna like probably finish the build with something that gives me double resistances to be able to have resistances against both. Make it easy. But yeah, I stack health basically. Just gonna go for maximum amounts of damage output while being very tanky still. If you use your ult properly, proper timing and not too early, this should generally be completely fine. Good. He's gonna obviously ult out, but that was a close one actually. If my Titanic Hydra proc went off there, that would have been the end of them. I'm gonna actually ghost here. That doesn't work against me. I'll tank for Akali, it's not a problem. There we go. Now I could just regenerate my HP back, no problem, and I'm just gonna go collect the wave. This is Warmorks kicking in right now. I'm just gonna all my health back. I really like this setup on Mundo now with this HP stacking business. I have 18 out of 28 KP, which is very good. My Akali is doing work by herself after getting just like a lot of kills. She rotated, she listened, rotated early for plays. It's very good. These types of laners is the laners you want to have, really. Alright, good. And we keep pushing here. Garen shoves that, it's not a problem. They react to this, we just hit the turret here. I can tank this, no problem. I'm gonna ult now. Get some gray health back. That's a long-ass CC, man. Okay, I'll be respectful, it's okay. I don't have to over-aggress there. That was a very long CC, to be fair. It's fine. We don't have to overstay, overpush anything. We got the turret. That's all I really care about in that position. If we get the turret, I'm happy. Out of base, I'll go take the red buff. I obviously have to wait for Garen to be alive, but that'll happen regardless because he's not dead for too long. I want him to get the red buff as well. Kali's doing well. Ashe is doing well as well, to be fair. Like, botlane is generally not playing that bad. Maybe a couple plays here and there, but you know, everyone has that. Also, another thing, by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned that yet, but more than half the people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. If you're this far into the video, I can only assume you enjoy the content. So a subscription would be greatly appreciated. Hitting the like button would help a lot as well. And yeah, I'm actually gonna just smite that. I have an extra smite for the Baron if I need it, but I need like level 16 is close. Level 16 is a big up. Thank you for not lost hitting my camp. Yeah, almost. I'm gonna go for the red here, give the red to the team, hit level 16. Okay, I need to move for this. I don't have ult just yet, which is actually kind of brutal. He's 1 HP. Good. I mean, he's not gonna kill me. I have too much health for that. If I had ult, it would have not even been close whatsoever. But yeah, no, that's completely chilling. He does have quite a bit of HP-based damage, though. I will have to say that. Let me just move over here. Get rid of this wave real quick. Kali's putting pressure bot. I think I'm just gonna rotate over to bot lane. Allow Akali to walk up here. So if they just follow now, like I'm kind of there, like kind of her shield in this situation, right? You can just walk past without them engaging on her, which is pretty good. This is fine. Lost a little bit of health there, but it's not a big deal. Good double kill. And just finish this guy off as well. Nice. I'm basically the meat shield there. Like, I just run in. I make sure I create all the space for my team. And then Akali just gets to clean them up. Completely for free. Last items here would have been a Bloodlords. This would skyrocket my AP. And then I would look for, like, one very good tank item. This usually ends up being Spirit Visage. Because usually with Steel Caps, I just take that as my armor item and be okay with it. But you can also replace those Steel Caps at the end for, like, a complete armor item as well. So it's like Spirit Visage Steel Caps replacement for like Thorn Mail or, you know, something along the lines of that to finish out this build. Alright, so for the endgame stats on this one, I ended up doing a 28.2k damage, which is the second highest behind Akali. Not very surprising, honestly. Like, that's about where I expected to be. Akali did well. True damage at 1400. We have objective damage at 43.8k. Healing done at 35.7k, which is a lot, of course. We have damage taken at 52.4. This is like a main role I have, right? Like, especially in the last fight, as you saw, like, I am pressuring, running forward, tanking as much damage as I possibly can for my Akali to have the freest opening she could ask for. And that is ideally what happens there. Self-mitigate another 35.8, so it's just very good damage taken for the team. While also at the same time, obviously, having very good damage done with the build setup I'm going for. It's a very HP-heavy build, so the resistances are relatively lower, but the resistances are made up later in the game. Hard word, apparently, man. Damn. Yeah, so I would have finished the build here for the... wait, let me actually just gold earn here at 14.4, which is the most. For the runes, you know, press the attack for 1400 damage. I still believe, like, this is bugged at 0, but I guess 1400 damage is, I guess, respectable. It should be more, I think, with the 0 not being that. Triumph for 3000 HP extra gold. Haste for the ability haste, because that's just the best stat to get. Last stand for that extra damage in those closer fights. Mundo thrives on like lower HP situations. Obviously, late game, you're not really getting in that situation too often, but still. Cashback to get the gold back. Again, bugged here. Should not be 0. It's like approximately, I don't know, maybe like 600-700. Approach velocity for 122 seconds hasted. Build-wise here, again, I would have gone Bloodlord next for a massive damage increase. You pick that up, you just absolutely kill everyone. And then the last two items for the resistances are gonna be probably a spirit. If you need the magic resist, right? Okay, if you need armor and magic resist in a game, you're just gonna go Spirit Visage and then sell the boots for a full-on armor item. You can afford to sell the boots because you have approach velocity. This thing gives you 15% movement speed as well. So selling boots for that, like, you'll have plenty of movement speed going around. And as soon as you land your cleaver, you get the approach velocity proc. The slow from the cleaver, you know, you're gonna get in range. You have ghost as well. It's gonna be completely fine. So you can easily sell your boots for a full-on armor item later on. So that's kind of what you want to do. You stack a large amount of HP early, which is directly linked to also stacking a large amount of damage with Mundo, with the build, with everything. So you're gonna just stack purely damage while getting the HP, and then at like the last 2 items of your build, you're just gonna go as tanky as possible with resistances. Items like Spirit Visage are amazing for this, for the extra healing increase for yourself on Mundo as well, of course. And then just the magic resist with that. So the item Spirit Visage, if I'm building an MR item, I'm basically always building Spirit Visage. If they have a lot of max HP burn mages though, I will go Force of Nature instead, because it gives more resistances plus movement speed. So that's the only exception where I would go for that, like max HP burn mages. If they have like 2 or more of those, you can also just finish your build with 2 magic resist items and just say like, screw the armor. That's a possibility if you'd like, because, you know, it's more important to get resistances against those. But generally speaking, it should be split, and it should just be Spirit Visage and then Thornmail if you need the healing reduction. It's generally a good item anyway, because it's reflect damage and you have like 6,000 health. So having to like reflect damage 6k HP with the healing from your ult is going to be quite painful for the enemy team. So Thornmail usually ends up being the best version of the best option at least. But there's also options like Randuin's for heavy crit enemies, obviously. Like, that's a very prominent choice as well. It's basically between those two. Pick whatever you think is best, but if you're not sure, just pick Thornmail. It's always solid because of added reflect damage and healing reduction being pretty good across the board. So sell your boots for that, and then you'll have plenty of movement speed off of the Warmogs. But the build like this is the way I like doing it. It is very, very strong. Throughout the game, really. Mundo is strong early at just base values, and then mid to late game scaling becomes very ridiculous with this setup. You're an absolute 1v9 monster, essentially, like if you get far enough into this build. Like, the second I would have finished this item, I would have one-shot the entire enemy team, no questions asked. Blood Lords is ridiculous. Like, I finished that item with this build setup, it's over for them. Like, it doesn't matter. And as you see, like, it's pretty realistic. At like about 30 minutes plus, the game is done, and because you get the Bloodlords and you'll start building tanky and there's nothing the enemy team can do. But even before that, I was still very strong in a lot of these fights. We're still winning them, still doing very good damage. And, you know, overall doesn't have that many weaknesses. Like, it's just a champ I would recommend. But with all that being said, with the build explained, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like button below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one. Bye.